All right, folks, this is huge. Epstein survivor Lisa Phillips just dropped a bombshell on Donald Trump and his Department of Justice. It is certainly not the news they were hoping to get today on Christmas. So Lisa Phillips just announced that her and other Epstein survivors have been working behind the scenes together to compile their own so-called client list. Now remember, Trump, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi said there is no client list and that they weren't trafficked to anybody but Epstein. These survivors are calling BS and they're willing to expose what the government won't. So I'm going to show you what she had to say on the Legal AF podcast, the Midas Touch podcast. Before we do any of that, make sure to subscribe down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. I would normally be wearing a Christmas hat in this video for Christmas, but it's a more serious topic. But I do hope you are enjoying your Christmas with your family, friends, and loved ones, or just celebrating whatever holidays you celebrate. Now, let's listen to what Lisa Phillips had to say, and then we'll talk about it after.
Well, what are the survivors doing behind the backdrop with you and others in leadership to kind of compare notes and start? We always said, and I think you said it at one of your press conferences, if they're not going to release the client list, we can put our notes together and our heads together and come up with a pretty good one. But we're going to sit back and let the government do the right thing, knowing that we are here on the sideline to make them honest. Are there things in the works related to that?
Well, I spoke out and said that, if you're not going to do your job, we'll do it. And it wasn't specifically, the files, if you're not going to release the files. We knew they would release some files. We were willing to let them do their job. But on the background, I was doing my own job with other survivors. And as I spoke out, there were many survivors that came forward. And together, we were just comparing notes, working with people in Congress. We can't identify which house and who they are. We'll have an announcement probably coming up in January about our findings. But as it relates to what I said in September, the survivor community is strong. And as we connect the dots together, we started realizing, well, wait a second, some of us were sent to the same guy in Hollywood for a movie audition. Some of us went to the same modeling agency where they were sending models back and forth, got in the modeling industry part. And then we realized there was 2 institutions that Epstein was sending, girls to. Can't really say too much, but wow. It was a bombshell revelation. It revealed something about my past, which I thought was just unique to myself. But as I started talking to other survivors, when, there's 1,200 of us. Right. So the DOJ, when they went through the files, realized there's 1,200 of us. You don't think when we get together that we're going to have some overlaps and some similarities going on, and then we could take those and connect the dots ourselves. Yeah. And if the DOJ isn't going to release it, we can, conduct our own research and bring that to their attention, to the right people who will support us. And so that's what we've been doing on the sidelines.
I mean, that is remarkable. The strength of these survivors through all of this, with Donald Trump kind of like dropping some documents and then some